6 from the top of the screen. Senad Selye from Hungary, 6th at that same race. He's also in the running. Ronan Foley, serial medalist as junior and under 23. Lindberg from Sweden, 5th in the European Championship. Then we move down to Romalo. He is in this heat, sorry, 1, 2, 4. He'll line up next to Dan Cox, who we looked at earlier. So it's goes on. Clinton Cook, 11th last year. Philip Knudson's in this one. Catalano from Argentina, one of the very exciting Argentinians. He's going to be in this one. Candy, always good at the short stuff. And yeah, there's more than 6 who are capable of getting into that top 6. Then it's the fastest 8 losers over the 2 heats, make their way to the final also. And that's hugely dependent on how each heat is run, what speed you get round. It's very hard to dictate the speed if you're not one of the front runners in the first place.
So down to the start line they come. Remember, this race format is 3 laps, 2 portages. Chatter during the rain break is whether this rain is going to have a significant impact on the river flow. Certainly tonight and tomorrow morning, it's not going to affect it immediately. But down to the start line they come and they're underway. So the first heat of the men's senior K1 short course gets underway. Super strong start from France and Slovenia.
That's Candy there. He's always going to be a front runner in these. Super fast, as are a lot of the French.
There's also a strong start down the right-hand side.
In the middle, grey boat with the orange sticker on. That's the Italian, 120. That's Bernocchi, Giulio Bernocchi from Italy. Ireland's Ronan Foley. Romalo there in the yellow hat. To his right is New Zealand. That's Quade Thompson, son of Alan Thompson.
Foley looking very strong in the beginning. And we have a swimmer, Rukavinia.
Not looking so good for Rukavinia from Croatia. Unfortunate for him. There's no comeback from that in the short course.
Must have been a paddle clash.
But there's Romalo, 120 out there, Italy. Bernocchi, Candy out there, Foley, Vold.
Vold coming very strongly up the left-hand side on the front bunch.
Thompson in the black hat, white shirt. Back in mid to late 80s, his dad was king of the world. 1,000-meter paddler. And now Quade takes over the baton and is doing a fine job out there.
Alonso moving handily up to the left-hand side of that bunch.
Candy, all white with the white hat. Spain coming up. It's going to be Alonso, the bow of Alonso's boat just in shot. There he is. There's a master of race management right there. 120 the Italian, 131 on the far side is Candy. Selye, the Hungarian, closest to us in the white boat.
It's been a good year for the French paddlers, winning the Sella.
Yeah.
That's how to get noticed.
It is, certainly in Spain. You've got Lindberg in the blue boat, yellow vest, and all the main contenders are there. Alonso straight into the V behind Vold, Romalo. It's a well-protected V. Just love the way he races. Quade, right up there.
Barking with the big dogs.
Yep. Quade Thompson, probably the surprise package for these other guys. They won't know who he is. They haven't got experience of him.
Clinton Cook coming up the inside.
Selye in the Hungarian vest there.
Oh, big move from Clint Cook. That's a great move. He's going to pop himself straight into the second dive.
Ronan Foley from Ireland. That's Ronan Foley at the back there. Dave, you're wishful thinking that Clint Cook's
reset,
up here.
Reset.
Lindberg just off the back. First portage. Romalo up and out. Nicely done.
Oh, we got a nose under the jetty on the left.
That was Vold struggling there. Thompson well away. Alonso well away. Foley just at the back there with Lindberg, with Candy in the fancy coloured shorts, and Catalano in the blue and white stripy shirt. Super Superb race from him, still mixing it with the big guys. Junior last year. There's Jokos in the yellow. Romalo runs down though. Thompson right with him. This is superb. Vold, always dangerous on these. Alonso, super cautious there. Just had the option to put his boat over Thompson, but didn't take that option. There he is away. He's going to get straight in the V. Behind Vold, Sellier going with him. Lindberg going with him. There's your top 6 currently. Foley next to leave.
Candy off the back of this group at the moment.
Lightning just struck outside our
surely not.
The threat is that these guys will be taken off the water if the thunder and lightning starts. There goes Thompson cutting into the inside. It's a good move. Opens up the V for someone maybe. It's going to be Alonso's there. Thunder now. Oh my word. Sellier just behind Alonso. Lindberg just behind Sellier, then Foley. Vold at the moment out the front.
John Vold in the picture. Remember, it was Ivan Vold who got onto the podium last year in the short course final.
3 away. Oh, Thompson just struggling a little bit there. That's a fairly long journey. It's a whole wave to climb to get back on terms. Could sit and be patient maybe just on that second wave, but Vold looking super good. To his outside is Romalo.
Enough.
That little breather there, enough to get Thompson back in and back. Oh, I'd say comfortable. He's not comfortable yet. Nose in the air.
Yeah.
He's waiting to duck round the outside of Romalo, and he should. Oh, no. Oof. Actually, he did the right thing there to go on the outside there. He might have got pushed around. Here's the Croatian. Very unfortunate.
Really tough in front of his home crowd.
Yeah.
It's such an opportunity to paddle at home. We saw the impact that it had for the Danes in Yels. But to take a swim in front of your home crowd here, it's disappointing to say the least. Romaglio taking up the pull at the front. Thompson continuing where his giant killing start
and
positioned him.
And Alonso is now tucked in the V where he belongs. There he is. He's brought Sellier with him. There's Lindberg and Foley. So that's no more than our top 6, but all of those should be fairly comfortable on overall qualification. Look at Alonso there, having a nice little journey round. Thompson did move to the outside of Romalo in the end. These 4 nicely away. I think there's 7 in this front group. We can only see 3 in shot at the moment, but they're all there.
Romaglio also in one of the new Nellos with a completely sealed.
Yep, the sealed cockpit.
Sealed cockpits.
It just makes a lot of sense on these races where there's so many portages. The emptying out process, you never get that mass of water down either the front or the back of your boat. Even though the same amount of water will be in the boat, you know where it sits, and it's so Sellier, Foley, Lindberg just picking up the pieces at the back of that group. Then a little way back to a red boat, couldn't see who it was. Lindberg being pushed to the outside. Foley coming around the inside and looking good on it. Sellier moves to the left of Vold, just trying to get in contact before, and there's a wet bunch of spectators. Foley is going to make impact on this group now. If he can get in front of Sellier and to the side of Vold, or even to the side of Romalo, across the front. No, he's backed off. He didn't make it. It was a good effort. It was the right move to make. And we're down to 6. This is your automatic qualifiers if it stays like this. But there's someone just out of sight, which will be Lindberg, I think. So still 7.
Thanks, Tanner, for the question about Track. I'm pretty sure Track will be running on this one. We'll check that and get back to you. Mika, good call on the time. We'll sort that out as well.
I think it'd be really hard because all the dots will be on the same bit of the chart because it's such a short lap. Romalo in comfortably. Lifts up, boat out. Sellier lost his boat this time. Step out, you've got to keep in contact with that boat. Alonso dropped his boat there, I think.
Yeah.
Jokos in the background in the lime green top of.
Foley at the back of the pack as they come up the ramp.
Candy at the back in the Larry shorts with the junior or ex-junior from Argentina, Catalano. Vold looking very good actually, isn't he?
Yeah.
He is looking super good here.
First to the put-in.
Sellier recovered from his little slip at the start, tidy into his boat, away go the top three.
Onto lap 3.
Alonso just behind. Oh, we got a swimmer there in the blue boat. That was, oh no, that's Thompson. Quade Thompson, after all that, that is brutal. You have to feel for him there. I think somebody just clipped his paddle as he was about to paddle off from the landing stage. We might get a replay. I'm not sure if we're up to replays just yet, but Quade Thompson, what a horrible, horrible way to fall out of this race. Literally fall out of the race. And that's a real shame. And I think that's not just a shame for him. I think to have someone new in the mix is big for everyone. And
he was full value for his place on that front bunch.
100%.
He was comfortably going to be at top 6, but now he's not going to cut it unless there's a miracle of some sort. John Vold, he's laying down a marker as far as the short course is concerned.
Looking super strong.
Let's have a look at that replay, see if we can catch a look at what happened. So bottom right of your screen, you should be able to get a look. There's Romaglio getting in.
Not quite. We nearly did that, and we will get that sorted by the end. But it's just incidents that happen. It's fine margins. I think he just clipped his paddle on the front of somebody's boat, and that's all it takes.
Takes a split second and you're in.
So it's Vold, Romalo, Alonso. How many times do we announce Romalo? Here we go. Oh no, yep. So there go the leaders. There's Quade Thompson in the blue boat there, and he just clips his boat on the back of Lindbergh, his paddle on the back of Lindbergh's boat, and it's just a racing incident. It's not.
It's frustrating because Lindbergh, if anything, put his boat and lifted it up.
Nobody does that intentionally.
100%.
It's a horrible, horrible situation, and it's just unlucky. Thompson already couldn't get away because was it Romalo in his way there? So potentially rushed it just a little, but no, I feel for him big time.
Big up to our production team for pulling out that replay. Well done.
Sellier leads from Vold, from Romalo, from Alonso.
This is third lap. Not a lot to be gained from winning. A little psychological advantage. All you need to do is to get safely through your top 6.
Yeah, nobody cares at this stage. They'd happily come across the line like that.
You're not going to prove anything by being a hero at this stage in the race.
You got those 4. It's hard to say where the next set are. Norwegian fans there. I was talking to one earlier. This is good weather, they said, for them. At least it's warm.
Sanad Sellier looking ominously strong at the front of that bunch.
No, all 4 of these, look at them. They're all pretty comfortable. So it's Candy, Lindbergh, Foley, and in the red boat, I'm just a bit lost on the other red boat there. We'll get, so it's Poland, and that's going to be Rozalski from Poland, I think.
Yep, Rafał Rozalski.
And Catalano at the back of that group also. I'm really hoping that their K2 later in the week does the business and mixes it with the senior K2. But for now, he looks like he's struggling just a little to match the big guns. 8 boats, 6 automatic qualifiers, but all 8 of these will qualify.
After all his junior glory, this is a baptism of fire to be thrust into a race like this.
It's a strange thing to say, but these races are just heavier. There's more momentum in these races that you can't. They could bully the junior races. You can't bully these guys. You can't push someone like this out the way. They don't. Yeah, there's more resilience in these guys. But you know, first year Rozalski coming up on the outside. He's putting himself into the top 6.
John Vold now being threatened by Alonso coming up on his left, but they come down to that 1, 2, 3, 4. The pole sneaks into the top 6, and it looks like, if anything, it's Joachim Lindberg in the Swedish boat that'll be in the wait-and-see mode. It's the 8th next fastest.
I don't think that's a wait-and-see for Lindberg. You're going to be in the top.
Now this is important because time counts, not where you finish.
You got your Hoda from. So there's potential there. Jokos and Yehoda finishing pretty much together.
Jokos at 43 is now on the cusp of qualifying for the final. Big up.
Romalo at 43 is already in it.
Yeah.
So from Chile there, Concha. And just behind him, hats off to Quade Thompson. That is not where he deserved to be finishing. I think really outside chance of a top fastest 8th.
Yeah, he'll be gutted. He's going to have to walk away from this one, having to refocus energies.
I think, yeah, we're all gutted. You got the American there, Searles from the USA. Yeah, there's no way that we're in the top 8 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but first of all, we will have to wait a little bit. In 5 minutes, we will give the word back.
You see clips like that, and it's having that little bit of peripheral awareness that someone is there, someone is putting their boat in on top of you.
Yeah.
And just having that little bit of patience. There's another swimmer there. 133 is the Slovakian Zabo.
That's a good point, Ivan. More and more elite athletes are using peripheral vision training as part of their elite preparations.
For that scenario there, that's what it's about. And you know, I don't know what the marathon racing scene is like in New Zealand. I'm fairly low-grade ignorance on that, but these races are different. There's such a high skill set here, and what happens is the panic and the rush kicks in, and you just don't quite have. All he wanted to do was get away from that where he was. He wanted to go forwards.
But even in normal bunch racing, where you've got your head down, focused largely on what you're doing, but to be able to have a perspective which allows you to read what's happening on the 2 guys on the wave on either side of you.
The people who manage to group well know what's going to happen before it's happening. That's the people who do well. Anyone who responds to what has happened picks up the pieces, and that's the difference between your Alonsos and, in this case, your Thompsons.
Well, there's the other swimmer, and big credit to Tomislav Rukavina of Croatia, sporting the
more lightning outside the
red and white checks of the
as he comes across.
Croatian colours. Those red and white checks are included in the event logo as well. Makes it look really cool. Rukavina comes down to the line as thunder rumbles around Metkovic. Let's hope it doesn't mess with our schedule, but it certainly does add a lot of drama to it.